Hi guys, this is Kylie Smith with Coldwell Banker, Wood Dula Harry Real Estate in Parsons. Thank you so much for joining me today. So I decided that I kind of want to help out my first-time homebuyers or just homebuyers in general. There's a lot of information out there and getting started can be complicated. So I kind of want to uncomplicate it for you. I'm going to do a series of videos going through the home buying process, and so I will post those every once in a while on my Facebook page. And today I just wanted to talk to you about getting started. You know, buying a house is exciting. It's fun. It's a fun process. But it also can be complicated. It can be scary. And there's so much to know these days. They've changed certain things in banking. And so it's not always the pleasant experience everybody wants it to be. But it definitely can be if you're prepared. So what I first want to talk to you about is getting started. So when you want to buy a house, you kind of make that step of saying, okay, I am done renting, I'm done living in my parents' basement, I am ready to buy a house. Well, how do you know that you're ready? Well, first of all, the first thing you need to start doing is what are your must-haves? You need to think about what you want in a home. Do you know if you need, 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms? Do you have kids? Do you want them to have their own bedrooms? How many bathrooms do you want? Do you absolutely have to have that fireplace? Do you need a fenced-in backyard? Do you want a basement? I mean, those are things to think about. I mean, there's a lot of houses out there. There's a lot of floor plans. It can be overwhelming, and it's kind of good to have an idea of what you want. Do you want a 2-story traditional home? Do you like Victorian homes? Do you want something new and modern? Those are things to think about and to start looking at houses online to kind of get an idea of what kind of style that you want. Basically, the second step would be, what's your budget? What can you afford? Have you sat down and really thought about, okay, this is how much I can afford monthly on a house? Or you're just thinking, I'm just going to go to get a loan or just go buy a house and I'm not going to worry about that. Probably shouldn't do that. Basically, what you want to do is sit down with your spouse or whoever you're going to buy this house with and really go through your expenses, go through your finances. What are your monthly bills? What can you afford a month? What's going to be your cushion? You don't want to be house poor. You don't want to buy a house and then find out that all your money is going to this home and you can't even enjoy yourself. You can't even enjoy it. So that's something to really, really consider. When my husband and I started the house hunting process and when we bought our first home, that's what we did. We sat down and made a budget for ourselves. We took both of our incomes, we looked at it, we took up all of our finances, or looked at all of our finances, and looked at what we had in debt, what our car payments, our student loan payments, what we were paying a monthly rent. So we were kind of considering, how much we were paying out in bills and then how much money we were making. And then that helped us decide, okay, we know that we can afford this and we'll be able to still save money, put money in savings. We're going to still be able to afford groceries and we're going to be able to afford utilities on that house. So that's something to really, really think about. Okay, you want to make sure you know what you're getting yourself into when you buy a home. The other thing is start saving your money. If you're thinking about buying a house, you really need to think about, okay, I need to have a down payment. A down payment. And most of the time, banks require 20% down. So you really need to think about how much money you have in your bank account and how much money you're willing to put down on a house or pay for a house. Closing costs, that's something else to consider is that your loan isn't free. You have to pay to actually get your loan, and those are your closing costs. So you want to start saving for that as well. And the last thing that you need to do once you even decide that you're ready to buy is that you need to go talk to a lender. You want to make sure that you can actually qualify for a loan and actually buy a house, because if not, you're wasting your time. If you go start looking at houses and you're not even pre-approved for a loan or even know what type of loan that you're going to get, you're wasting your time because you have no idea what you can afford and whether or not you can even buy the house or not. So those are some things to highly, highly consider when you're starting this process. Again, make sure you know what your must-haves are. Start looking online, making sure that you're going through homes and seeing, okay, yes, I like this home, yes, I like that home, no, I don't like that feature. Or neighborhoods. Start looking neighborhoods in the city or wherever you want to buy at. We're in small town Parsons, so think about the neighborhoods and where you want to buy. Parsons is a great little town. So think about, the areas of town that you want to be in, if you want to be in a certain school district or not. Those are things to consider when you're starting this process overall. again, look at your budget. Make sure you're going to be comfortable making those monthly payments. Know exactly how far you want to be along in those monthly payments, because again, your monthly payment, and I didn't mention this earlier, is that if you rent right now, you're probably just paying your monthly rent, and you may or may not have renter's insurance. Okay, well, when you buy a home, you're not only going to have your mortgage payment, but you're also going to have your homeowner's insurance. You're also going to have property taxes. And the other thing is they might have to pay PMI, which is something that we'll talk about later. But those are things that'll be factored into your monthly payment. So if you're comfortable paying $500 a month in rent, then you need to think about, I need to be able to factor in homeowner's insurance, taxes, and PMI if you have to have it. And that whittles away down on what your actual, what you can afford in a home. So those are things to really, really consider. All right, guys, I hope that was helpful. I will continue to post a little bit on first-time home buying, and thank you so much for joining me. Have an awesome day. All right, bye, guys. Thanks.